still very foggy out there. Low visibility with all of the thunderstorm and tornado clouds and, you know, and the rain everywhere. Oh shit, I see the power outages over here on the east side. Damn. All these power outages, damn. The same power outage that was over at my aunt's house, my Annyebelle, damn, that shit. Oh, you see? That's the area over there where my Auntie Annyebelle live and Uncle Willie Fred. Now I'm gonna have to go over there. My Auntie Annyebelle is my mother's sister, older sister, my auntie. And it was just last week we had some heavy thunderstorm weather and it knocked out all of those lights over there, all the power, and many of the homes. Oh boy, it's some funny shit going on in Detroit. The power outages that happen over here on Fisher Street, Burns, and well, not Burns because Burns is a part of the so-called exclusive Indian Village. But over here on Fisher Avenue in the motherfucking hood, you get the same kind of power outages on any kind of rain, any kind of level of rain. You see those green flashing lights, and it's having an effect on the homes that live over here. And this is the very area that was given away by our Detroit City Council. They gave it to a goddamn German group, Hantz Farm. This large, huge square area of land over here on the east side of Detroit. The Detroit City Council and they gave this land away. A huge, huge area on the east side, by the water, by the river, for pennies on the motherfucking dollar. And damn. And they're doing whatever they can to move the people, us, black folk. This is a 100% black neighborhood on the lower east side of Detroit. And their intentions are to get rid of our population over here. I see this flashing light by my Auntie Annybelle's house. I'm gonna have to give them a call and see what the deal is. I'll be back with you in just a minute, good people of Detroit. Yes, right over here in the land of the east side of Detroit where so many of us, including Miss Charity Hicks, I call her my sweet baby sister, gangster, diva for justice. My sister Charity, and she was down there, many of us in the Detroit grassroots community, and we fought like hell to keep this land that belongs to us here in Detroit. A huge, large part of my growing up and coming of age, many of our growing up and coming of age, this very land over here between Van Dyke and St. Jane, Jefferson and Mack, this large square area of land that was given away to Hantz Farm, an outside group who has no ties to the city of Detroit and who are doing whatever it is that they can do to create some kind of a German or Chinatown right over here in Blacktown, Detroit, Blacktown, USA on the motherfucking east side of Detroit that we all know. Well, it seems like every rain, or especially any kind of a thunderstorm, this area is going to be the area where everybody's power is going to be going out. And I've noticed that in the past 2 years. Last week, that was my cousin, my Auntie Annybelle's daughter, over here on Fisher Street near Jefferson Avenue on the east side of Detroit. Well, they had a huge power outage and some of the basement caught on fire. And right now I'm looking at all kind of flickers of fire sparking off of these power lines around the house that's affecting just about only this block, Fisher and what's this, Crane Street. These two streets are the main streets that are having these crazy power outages. Just a block over in the many mansions of Indian Village, just one block over from Jefferson, on Jefferson, all the way back as far as I believe, I don't know, Mack or Kirchville, where you have these huge Indian Village mansions. None of their power is out. None of my power is out on this side where you have all the high-rise apartments and things. And I'm looking at all kind of, this is scary. I'm gonna have to go over there and the weather is only magnifying this really crazy, and it's just so funny that this thing is hitting me so close. It's hitting me and my family here. I'm hoping that their house does not catch on fire the way the basement did just last week when we had a thunderstorm, and it was not even anything near as heavy as what you're looking at now. And I'm looking at all kind of sparks, and I've noticed in the past 2 years, maybe I didn't think much of it. And I know this is being done by the city of Detroit. When the city of Detroit privatized public lighting, they privatized it, and what your Detroit City Council, along with Dave being Detroit, there's good people who's listening, what our Detroit City Council did that was totally against the people of Detroit, the will of the people of Detroit, which was totally against, that was certainly not in our best interest. Our city council voted to give DTE $150 million from the Detroit city budget to turn our motherfucking street lights off in the city of Detroit. And it'll be nighttime in Detroit, and we'll be walking around this motherfucker, and it's pitch black outside like a motherfucker in the Motown D. And not because it has to be. It's because this shit is being done on purpose. And many of these areas over here, in this part of the lower east side of Detroit, well, we all know that this drastic move to hand all of this land over to Hantz Farm, H-A-N-T-Z, Hantz Farm, a German goddamn group. It's what many of us call it. And they own this land, and the main operation with this city government as it relates to this land is to run you and me, the black population, off of this motherfucking land. And they're letting it deteriorate, and they're doing nothing to fix it up and clean it up. They're closing down every goddamn school in this community. And I think I see a house, or maybe I hope that this is this pole on fire, but they're doing everything that they can do in the world to push us up out of this community. They've closed up every goddamn school in this community so that none of the children who live over here have schools over here in this community to go to. And that's just a crime off of shame. And it was done on purpose. I was right there at the beginning when these corrupted and no count and disrespectful kiss up, suck up, lap up, lick up, suck up, slurp up to their white political counterparts, these so-called black elected officials. And they gave Governor Engler, Granholm, and everybody. Oh, hey, look, this is you know, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. I thought I saw fire, and I hope that I do not see. Okay, I think I see him coming out the car, in the car, and coming out of their driveway in the garage, and they just hit the streets. This is Auntie Annyebelle and like Willie Fred. I'm sure, knowing them, they're probably going to a hotel. Their power is out. And everybody, this just happened last week. You can hear me kicking out jams. Everybody on this side, there's no power out. As strong as this thunderstorm is, why is it that this street is the only street over here on this side of Jefferson Avenue where the power is out? Motherfucking power out and everybody else's power is on. Because this area over here, this street here, a combination of two streets going from Jefferson Avenue all the way to, as far as Mack Avenue, over here on Detroit's east side. This land is just being allowed to sit here and rot and just deteriorate on purpose, so that this land can be declared a natural disaster, if you will. And then the real development would be able to happen over here in this community. and it will be done without the people who live in this community in mind. The hypocrisy of it is just plain awful. And I didn't even know that I would be talking about this here. I just saw what happened tonight. I remember what happened last week, and then I can remember about 2 years ago, every time there would be some kind of a rain over here, on any kind of a rain in this community over here, it's always my Auntie Annyebelle and my Uncle Willie Fred's street, where you have this serious power outage. And then my cousin was telling me that the DTE claims that their home has to be rewired or some kind of crazy shit. I'm sure they're telling all kind of people over here in this community that's being stolen from the people of Detroit. I'm sure they're telling them all kind of different lies about what's wrong with their homes. Okay, now this wind is about to pick up over here. Yeah, here we go. Another replay of what happened last week. This fire truck is ready to turn on my Auntie Annyebelle and my Uncle Willie Fred's street. Now you made the wrong turn. They were supposed to just make the wrong turn. The left turn that you just passed on Fisher Street. Let me get out here in this crazy ass rain and see what the deal is over here with my Auntie Annyebelle and my Uncle Willie Fred. Oh, I'll be hit. Goddamn, I was hoping I could enjoy this thunderstorm, but now something serious has happened to my relative, my first relative. Good Lord. Okay, I'm gonna share this with you all too on Facebook. I hope I don't sound too bad or sound too nervous here. I wanted to just come out and just have a little rap and tap session with you, but it looked like shit just done got real. Hey y'all, will y'all look? I mean, will you look at this thunderstorm? And because, hey, trust me, it's not as far-fetched as it sounds. Okay, I can see the, wait a minute. Just like I thought, it's a fire. And it's right over here where my Auntie Annyebelle and Uncle Willie Fred house is. I want to show you where their house is, and I hope that fire I saw, this house you see here, I practically grew up in this house. If I can only get to it, well, I can't really see it. I always thought I could, yeah, I can see it now. Well, of course, you don't know what I'm talking about. This house here, it's a light green house. Looks like it has a gray roof. And there's some kind of a vehicle. I hope that this is the DTE people. It looked like I saw my uncle and my aunt leave the house. And because this just happened to them last week. This is the only real area that has been experiencing these strong power outages. Now it's looking like it's going to be felt by all of us, because I'm feeling it now because my power is out. Yes. And hopefully they will restore it. But I don't believe that they're going to tell us this cockamamie ass story about that this building is wired the wrong way and it needs to be rewired. This is what evidently the people over here in this community where I grew up at, over here in the Detroit Southeastern high school area, here go the same fire trucks that were here last week. And I guess they're back ready to do the same thing. They seem to have told the people over here in this community, excuse me, good people, they seem to have told the people over here in this community that their homes are wired up the wrong way, and that their homes need to be rewired. In this very land that the city of Detroit, the mayor, Dave Bing, who was not from Detroit, from Franklin, Michigan, out in the suburbs. He in Detroit, totally unelected, completely selected. And they gave this motherfucking land away. Now I got to go over here and check on my relatives. Over here in my motherfucking hood, over here on the east side of Detroit, the community that I love and that we all should love. I'm gonna come back with some more observation, analysis, and things on corruption in Detroit. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with this skyline. I think it's a very beautiful picture. I love the way the sky looks and the way everything looks. It looks very electric. After having had experienced okay, I got to go over here It looks like the damn house is on fire. I'm outie.